And you saw this happening as far as you wanted to make it part of the blockchain some, 15, 18 months ago or even more, and started thinking, I want to build something for the blockchain because it's going to change everything, which is the opposite of the way most of these traditional gaming companies currently exist with their walled gardens. And this was always, I guess, a principal complaint of gamers is that, they couldn't ever take their experience out of that one garden. Why was this something that you saw coming and you started building, a long time ago? I mean, you're here for a reason now.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. It was like I met, one of the co-founder 18 months ago. And he used to be on the blockchain. He's a specialized, Christoph is specialized, on the blockchain space. And we have a common friend. We start to talk together and say, okay, you are from gaming. He's from the blockchain. What do you think about the blockchain? So we start to talk together about like, what is the blockchain and what can bring the blockchain, on the space and on the world. More, I start to learn about that. More I start to understand, more I see like the infinite possibility. What can bring, the blockchain on gaming, and what is the relationship between both of things, gaming, blockchain, that, you can combine them and doing a unique experience, changing the life for the people. And this is how, we start to build a new kind of game, a new kind of experience, if I can say that.
And I think it's worth us talking about that because it's hard to imagine what that experience is, And again, we've heard these talks about Web 1.0 and 2.0 and 3.0. I mean, when I started my YouTube channel 10 years ago, people would have said, "Oh, you're doing TV at home. You're broadcasting from your home." But we didn't realize that it was more than that. It was interactive, it was on demand, and it was actually a two-way conversation somehow.
Yeah.
And now this is almost another level where there's so many new pieces that it almost changes the story, it changes the experience, it changes the quantification, the assets. I mean,
it changed absolutely everything. If, for example, you take an example of gaming today, or it used to be like a few years ago, if you take World of Warcraft on like all Fortnite and all this game, when you get something on the game, you spend time, 100 hours, even more, on the game. Everything you're gonna get on this game, you're just gonna get it, on your with your avatar, on the part of the game, but you can't do nothing with it. You can't have something valuable, Imagine that the blockchain will be able to change all the rules. That means now when you have a player start to play to the game, he can be able to get a thing that he can make a decision to get it, to sell it, to lend it, and like you have like so many possibilities. And the time they're gonna spend on it, it's not a wasting time. If I can say that you waste time, it's a pleasure when you play to the game. But on this field, you can be able to create something new. And this is why, I was saying this is completely a new way to see the gaming and how, you're gonna, react with that.
And we've seen like the big evidence of this was maybe, Axie Infinity 18 months ago, where we saw people in the Philippines making a living by playing games.
Absolutely.
Now, my mom's 78 and she lives in San Diego. And when I tell my mom that she's making a living playing games, she said, okay, the whole world's off its rocker. And I had this conversation with Yatsu of Animoca Brands. I said, yeah, people playing games for a living. And he said, Brian, what are we doing now? We're having a conversation on video. And then you deliver some assets and you get some tokens at the end of the month. This is our jobs. And it actually is some type of a metaverse. So it's not such a stretch to start thinking about other ways you interact with the world as a metaverse. And then you start to quantify it and it becomes almost limitless. Yep. And yet we've been conditioned in a world of Web 2.0 where we give our info for free, right? Someone else collects it. They sell it back to us. Usually they own it. They tell us what to do with it. We probably don't even know that we should own it, right?
Yeah.
And like you said, I think back in the day, people used to sell their logins for certain games, on eBay. And
True.
That was literally a symptom of the problem.
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
People
yeah.
couldn't take these assets with them, and it probably stifled a lot of creativity, a lot of value add, a lot of everything.
You're absolutely right. You remember, when start internet on the beginning, people didn't see the potential of internet. But more, we start to go inside. People were saying, maybe you will see in the future, you will be able to buy some stuff, on internet. Say, come on, really? And that become, Amazon, and like everything is changing. For the NFT, it's the same thing. We're just starting now. The difference is like the potential of the NFT and the blockchain is infinite. So we're just starting now something new. We are coming in a new world. And this is exactly what's going to happen now.